Welcome to BodyWork.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I had 11 Olympians and over 800 national champs. And all those men, they wouldn't do half the work that she do. And I'm seeing it from the young ladies. These last 2 years, when you think about it, all the good fights is coming from the women. The guys is ducking each other, looking for the easy way. Hey. I'm telling you like it is, you know? So again, you know, this young lady done did everything I asked of her, and she did more. And I'm watching all the young ladies that's boxing now. It's like they trying to prove they better than men. Now, we knew they was kind of there, but now they showing that they mean. You know, in the old days in Philly, we call these guys crazy. And that's the way these women are. So when you go back home, speak.
Welcome to BodyWork.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to BodyWork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. What's going on, y'all? I'm hyped, man. I heard it and I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself. And you know how it is over here, BodyWork. You never know what you're gonna get. But things been on my mind, man, and I've been looking at everything, man. I've been, you know what I'm saying? People been chatting with me today, you know what I'm saying? We've been in the community, chit-chatting. My man Joe had a lot on his mind, and he was just looking at everything. Like Pokey had a lot on his mind. And we all looking at boxing like, man, the energy in boxing is kind of weird. And I'm like, you know, because I always say, man, I'm a solution-oriented individual. So I always be looking for solutions as to how we can make things happen, make things work. And I was like, what I'm going to do? How can I speak to this topic, man? Like, what can I say? All I could do is give a warning. I can give a warning and I can give an example. And I can take us back, you know what I'm saying? And I can kind of like, you know how when they one of them Christmas movies, when they be showing like death coming to visit you and what's gonna happen when you ain't here and all that, how they be coming, the 3 different ghosts come and show you and tell you. Well, I can show you. Oh yeah, and I can tell you. And I can tell you in real time, and I, you know, I go back because I'm my harshest critic, and since it's me, myself, and Irene, you know what I'm saying, I always got to critique myself. You know what I'm saying? All creative, all thumbnails, all videos, all graphics, all ideas, all any and everything. Me, myself, and Irene. which means I have to review myself, I have to listen to myself, I have to watch myself, I have to, be hard on myself. Ask me, can I improve? Always. You know what I'm saying? I can always improve, always get better. And so I have to go back and look at old videos. You know what I'm saying? But before I go into the old video, it's important that I go right back into the curriculum. I'm going to do it just like I did the other night when I was just like, I'm going to get down to business. We're going to get right down to business. But remember, I was telling y'all that we're trying to take control back over the boxing conversation all across the nation. And better yet, we global. I'm feeling like a little baby. We global. Little baby. We global. You know what I'm saying? We global, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's people in different areas watching and listening. People in Japan, people in Puerto Rico. I know some people over there in the UK. And definitely we got it all rocking in the States. We've been talking about gaslighting. And we've been talking about how, we're seeing and hearing these different things. People using these different tactics. They're making it seem like you're not in tune with what's going on, like you're not watching, like you're not seeing, like boxing isn't really changing. Like we know it's always evolving, you know what I'm saying? Just like the linebacker position in football, it had to evolve. The young boys that was growing up looking at Ray Lewis, they grew up watching him. They grew up watching him and what he was able to do, but then they studying and training and trying to be like him, only they're bigger, stronger, taller, longer, faster. So they even worse because they grew up looking at that and they want to supersede that. And we've seen remnants of that, but these conversations are breeding. You know what I'm saying? These conversations are growing. It's a chokehold around the certain topics in boxing. There's a lot of things going on that's getting a lot of attention that really don't deserve it. And there's other things that are being stalled. You know what I'm saying? People are made to seem like they're inadequate. You know what I'm saying? We got like those killers that I got on that cover. We got people like them, you know what I'm saying, that they can't really find an opponent. You know what I'm saying? And they're not getting the kind of attention. And there's some people that are oppose it or in the conversations in and around them, and they get all the praise, all the credit. But when you look at the real deal Holyfield, which is what they do in the ring, and the fact that everybody be saying, oh man, I'll do this or I want that, nobody is really like running up on their doorbells looking for that smoke. And so I'm like, man, I be listening to people talk, I be listening to people's shows and watching videos and just, getting the pulse of boxing. And I'm like, man, a lot of people out here, they good at what they do. I mean, you ain't gonna gaslight me, but I said, man, I done gave enough examples. I said, you know what? Let's give some more examples. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hit these examples, and then we're gonna go right into, what we're gonna discuss today, because I think it's important. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all got a little bit of time. We're gonna have to watch something. You know what I'm saying? Something I did. We're gonna throw it back. I'm gonna ride along with you. I'm gonna be riding shotgun and we watch it. We're gonna pause it. I'm gonna make notes of some things. It's a short video, but it's so rich. But let's go over these gaslighting examples, and it's important for what we're gonna go over when I get into the whole thing. Trivializing. They minimize your feelings, suggest your emotions don't matter, or accuse you of overreacting. We seeing that in conversations, right? That's when you got somebody dead to right. That's the first one. That's when it's like, uh-oh, I done struck a nerve. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle it. I did some body work. Countering. They question your memory, make up new details, or deny that something happened. Yikes. Withholding. Like, you know how they be knowing something? You know how when something finally hit the fan, then all the people say, oh yeah, man, I had been seeing it, but I was. It's like, yeah, so you was withholding. I mean, you was gaslighting the whole time. You knew daggone well that whole time. Diversion. You already know, getting you off the path. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like trying to get the sin off the trail. Forgetting or denying. Oh, no, I don't remember that. Oh, no, I never said that. Oh, I don't remember. I don't recall. I'm drawing a blank. That's a very popular one. And then outright discrediting. You know what I'm saying? We know a major promotional team that's what they do. That's their whole MO, is to straight discredit. You know what I'm saying? And I know you sitting there like, man, what in the world, Mike? What are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about that second one. I'm talking about that one example that I gave. And that's what we're gonna talk about. Countering. They question your memory, make up new details, or deny something happened. Deny that something happened. Countering. That's a big one, man, because in boxing, like a lot of people, when they give boxing topics and they be talking about it, right, they based on the casuals coming in. See, the casuals don't got time to sit back and research everything they're saying. So they'll throw out something and they're wow. And I'm like, oh, wow. So that's just the gospel with no research. There's a lot of people out here microwaving their research. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think. If they microwaving the research, they just putting stuff out. You know what I'm saying? As a casual, you getting inundated. You like what they saying. You love the charisma. Great personality, great settings, all these interviews, all this personality, all this stuff. All that could be good. It's fine and dandy. It's entertaining. Some of us like being lied to. Some of us like being led astray. And let's be honest, some of us outright like getting abused. Because ain't no way you would sit up there and let somebody abuse your broker like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to furnish a little bit of protection and get you on the right page so that you can get your mind right, so you don't get it on your sleeve. Because a lot of people be popping off out here in these YouTube streets. I say all that to say this. You speaking in riddles, Mike. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about Father Time. Like, we don't have examples about Father Time and how these young killers, in specific, these ones I'm talking about tonight, the ones that I'm showcasing on tonight, the same ones I did a couple weeks ago when I was talking about the boogeymen, aka the untouchables, aka these guys have the cooties. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to touch these guys. Don't nobody want to have nothing to do with these guys. And we seen it. And I'm going to highlight something bright as lights in the sky on the 4th of July for y'all tonight. I'm going to bring up Jermall Charlo, man. I'm going to bring up Jermall Charlo in the episode I did on Jermall Charlo. And we're going to listen to it. We're going to watch it. And I'm going to tell you, this is the biggest pattern. This is what, like, do not take this all in a vacuum and be a knee-jerk reactionist in what I'm saying right now because of you're looking at Jermall Charlo as of right now. This video I did was in 2022. And I just want y'all, if you rocking with me, you'll be patient. You'll catch the playback. You'll look at this. But it's a short video. It's not that long. I just want you to see, and I want you to see an example of what can happen to either one of these three guys. Now, part of it's happened. A lot of things that I say in this video, a lot of things that I point out in this video, I'm getting ready to present. A lot of these things apply to right now. Many of them apply in many different ways to each and every one of these guys, all three of these guys. And this is what happens, man, when you're a tough out, and this is how they get around you. Now, there are plenty of examples of how this happens, but we're going to use Jermall Charlo, and we're going to keep it a buck. And I want all the feedback. I want everything, man. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get this off, and then, you know, once I get out my little thing, I'm going to go ahead and go to the comment section, but I'm going to I'm going to get this. Let's go here. So that's the screen. This is the video. Let me just mute this. We can't have this going on. And let me just go back over here and let me enhance. And we're gonna go through this. It's only 12 minutes, 49 seconds. I mean, hey, my lives be popping, but I'm gonna be here, right here. I'm gonna be right here. We're gonna walk through this, and I want you to hear it because look at this. I say the Hitman. Did they age him? Did they age him out? That's my man right there. I did that on 8/20/22. It's way back Wednesdays, y'all. Way back Wednesdays. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what people don't like. They got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter. Because who they matter to? We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas. Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of them. Make you don't want to be a nigga. Yeah, man, it don't be nobody else talking about me. It be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail, they celebrated, clapped their hands, it was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. Today I want to talk about the Hitman, Jermall Charlo. And my question is, did they age Big Maul out? Were they successful in aging this brother out? I know people like Mike. How? He has a twin brother. You do know he got a twin brother that's the undisputed champion at 154 pounds. That's the exact same age, 32 years old. Yeah, I know. But we live in these perception versus reality, driven era in the sport of boxing right now. It's a perception versus reality. You would have people out here believing that, oh man, he's old and his career is tied up. His brother is the same exact age. They're twins. Nobody sees any kind of ending to his career whatsoever right now. He's thriving. But the perception is, since Jermall don't really fight anybody, what they say, and since nobody really would fight him, when you got the face of boxing ducking you, for the highest payday he could have had to date, when you got the guy that's getting ready to fight the quote unquote face of boxing, who they calling grandpa, who never said your name, who never wanted to unify. When you got David Benavidez, which is PBC's Canelo, the off-brand version, saying that he wants to fight you, but then again saying that he wants $7+ million to fight Andre. So who knows what he's going to want to fight Jermall Charlo. But every time he has a fight coming up, everybody says, oh, he ain't fighting nobody. It's like, who is he supposed to fight? And I can't help but think, with the rumors that are swirling around and everything that's going on, that they actually put Jermall Charlo in a lose-lose kind of situation. At the end of the day, he's a winner and he can win. My theory is, hey, get somebody back in the ring ASAP and knock their ass out. Get another person inside the ring and knock their ass out. That's really what my game plan would be at this point, But I couldn't help but think about Kevin Gates and what he said, in regard to Jermall Charlo, because this is exactly how I feel when it comes to the perception versus reality, and what Kevin Gates says.
each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas. Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of them. Make you don't want to be a nigga. Yeah, man, it don't be nobody else talking about me. Be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail, they celebrated, clapped their hands, it was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it.
That's it, man. I mean, that's what it's coming down to, man, because when everybody thought he did what he did with the waitress, you know, she was really just looking for a money grab. Everybody went on and made videos. But when it was found that he ain't do it and it was, you know, it was all hype or whatever, nobody came out and did nothing, said, you know, covering it up. You know, you got some people out here, man, where a guy, it was a boxer out here who had domestic violence in his jacket, in his file. Now, you had a guy on YouTube, man, like with a big ass following. You know, I guess he a multi-millionaire now. But he was on with a full-on boycott. Now, this man, whether you condone it or not, this man went and served his time and did whatever, paid whatever retribution and came back. And they was calling for a boycott on this fighter. So when it was perceived that there was another domestic violence charge or some family laying at the hands in regards to Jermall Charlo once again, before everybody knew all the facts and the details, everybody jumped online and just went ham. And I'm sitting back like, man, this is wild. But then when he was cleared, when he was free and clear of it, nobody came out and said he was, you know, free and clear. The charges were dropped. And here you have a situation where he calls the police. He does the right thing. And we always talk about, you know, the black man in society and, you know, how we act and how, you know, we always perceived as being wild and violent. This man called the police, got the police involved, and actually filed paperwork. So in essence, he protected himself. And everybody online is just running around talking about how he's broke. I don't understand. Everybody always want to talk. I mean, they want to roast everybody about mental health and this and this and that. And when people go through things, it's just like boxers, they can't win. The boxers, they just can't win. This man, the WBC 160-pound champion, 32-0 with 22 knockouts. So he knocking 2 out of 3 motherfuckers out. He had the Dervinchenko. He had Hugo Centeno. He had K9 Bundridge. Julian Williams. Austin Trout. But the face of boxing, Triple G, Andre, Eubanks, Jaime Munguia, Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. Who want to smoke with him? You know, let everybody tell it, you know, you get a young brother, you know, like the young undisputed brother at the 135 pounds. They say he has all the desire in the world, but nobody wants to fight him. This man, Jermall Charlo, is a certified champion. Share the same DNA as his brother who's undisputed. And they both got it out the mud. But I can't help but wonder, were they successful in aging him out, man? I hope that this man gets somebody back in the ring and he put on a clinic and he got people around him and he's able to quiet the noise, man, because these are the times when we need to uplift these boxers, man. You know, especially when it's clear and cut and the paperwork showed that the man, you know, he did whatever. You gotta be on his side. Like, I mean, he did what he needed to do. So I would love to see how this, especially the black YouTube community, man, because like Kevin Gates say, man, sometimes we our own worst enemies. And I don't really get it. Anyways, man, did they age Jermall Charlo out? You know, I think the brother still got a bright future, man. He's 32. He's 32. Bud older than him. So, I mean, his brother is thriving. They need to get back to activity, man, because they're starting to give him the Gary Russell treatment. You know, the same way they did Gary Russell, man. I'm seeing some of the same things with Jermall Charlo, and especially the narratives that everybody pick and choose when they want to run with. But just like Mr. Gary Russell Jr., Jermall Charlo is perhaps I would say he's number 1 or number 2 most duck fighter in boxing. The most duck currently active, even though BoxRec shows inactive. He's either the first or the second most currently duck boxers in the game to date. Anyways, man, I just want, I want us to give some positive energy to the brother, man. I wanted to do this video asking that question, man. I would love to hear your thoughts, man. Let's be more solution oriented, man. Let's just go beyond taking everything that we see at face value. Let's do some body work. That's what we do here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to get your feedback on it, and how do you feel about this, man? Not from an emotional, not from a bias, not from what you're going to regurgitate from where you heard somewhere else. Just an honest look, man. Did they age this man out? Anyway, that's it. That's all. Body work.
All right. I believe you. But my tummy don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
My word, I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. Is listen, keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just fighting motherfuckers. It doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up. I'm not on top.
As you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fuck solid up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the fans that know.
You guys feel about solid, right? I'm a fighter, like I said before. There ain't no safety on the clock, so.
So, man, it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack there, man, and I wanted to connect the dots because you got to recall, I know a lot of people cringe listening to some of those things, but you got to think. This was on August the 20th of 2022. Tomorrow is the last day of February 2024. A lot can happen in a short period of time. Now, at that point in time, when I was speaking on that video, that man Jermall Charlo was perhaps number 1 or number 2 the most duck fighters in the sport of boxing. Believe it or not, Regis Prograis was one of the most duck fighters in the sport of boxing too. He was up there. We talking about people who just didn't want to get in the ring with him. But see, we'll have a recency bias when we look at the recent performances or we look at the recent activity. But you got to think, this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, well, a year. Well, you would say a year and a half ago because we not, we ain't make it all the way to August, but we in February. Mine will say we in March, so we'll just say 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be minimal. We won't be liberal in that sense. But if you hear some of the things I was saying, as far as them saying and some of the things I'm still hearing about all of these guys. Like whenever you try to line up one of these three guys right here with somebody, that's why I say every boxer has a boogeyman. Whenever you try to line up one of these three guys right here, you're gonna see and hear, and you probably already experienced many of the things that I was saying about Jermall Charlo at that point in time. On August the 20th, 2022, when it wasn't popular to have the Charlos back, when it wasn't popular, and yes, everything I said at that point in time was true. It's just like everything that I'm saying right now at this point in time, when I was saying these are the times when we got to uplift these fighters, when these fighters can't get fights, when we know that they're ducked, when we know that they have political people up against them and just smearing their name and painting different pictures and, you know what I'm saying, like pushing somebody that don't really need to get pushed and really putting water on their flames, trying to make them simmer down. This is what we're seeing. I don't know how many people I've heard, anytime I've heard a rebuttal against Subriel Matias, oh, well, who has he fought? I mean, come on, like, who are those names? But they'll overpraise and they'll give over credits. They'll like give too much credit to somebody that's always fighting cougars. Nothing but cougars. Nothing but advantages. Had every advantage you can think of going into the ring with everybody they face. They get all the glory, all the praise. They were supposed to be legacy. They were supposed to be all about legacy. It's clear and obvious they're not all about legacy anymore. They all about the money. David Morrell, he been fighting Canelo Alvarez is mandatory since 2021, that WBA. That's why I call him El Sicario. Ronnie Shields came out and said that he is Canelo's personal hitman. That's the gaslighting. He's been taking care. So when you think about mandatory, whether it's political and you jump up in them ranks, they only take a fight or two, but you got to fight something to get up in the ranks for them to even put you up in some ranks. So then they put some money behind you. They might say, hey, man, get my guy, you know what I'm saying? Come out and put him on this number, man, and get in the list. Because most people be looking for top 15, then they sent you down to top 10. And if they really hungry, they really about that life, they'll go top 5. But if they really about that life, they going right down the line. Who got next? Come on. Come get some. Who got next? But the way it works is you can have some money and get inside the rankings. You could. You need to have some money. That's how you get a lot of these guys with these crazy names and they be popping out of nowhere. And you be like, where'd they come from? It's all about the money. But then we play that game like we don't understand how the ranking system works and how people pop up. It's just like politics. How people can start running for office. You're like, hold on, who is this guy? I don't even know. Where did he come from? Politics. He was able to raise enough bread. He had enough sponsors of people that wanted to support him. Spent that bread, you know what I'm saying? Rubbed that elbow. Did that reach around. You know what I'm saying? Pulled that favor. Showed up to that meeting. Sat on that couch. Went behind into that door. And bada boom, bada bing, you in there, baby. That's the rankings. But it come a point in time when these guys, just like Mr. Gary Russell, all they can do is fight their mandatories. And then they'll say, well, why they don't fight nobody else? Because everybody be out there. Like my man was saying earlier when we was in the community chat. All that barking. Not all that biting. And then you'll get inactive. Why? Because you know your self-worth. You know what you're capable of. You feel like, dang, I deserve this. I do that. Had the wrong people in your ear, wrong people in your corner, a couple little instances here, accident there, incident there, bada boom, bada bing. One day you basking in the sun, the next day you shattered on rocks. The Count of Monte Cristo. That's where I got that from. One of my favorite movies, and that's so true. That was the case with one Mr. Jermall Charlo. And here I look at Boots. They say, oh, man, well, who is he fighting? Oh, man, you can't go by this and that. Any other time, unless you're trying to put his name beside another name, any other time, people be talking about the eye test, Oh, man, well, yeah, this. Oh, well, look at what such and such did against them, and then look at what he did. Even though we don't use triangle theories. But I digress. I digress. We use them when it's conducive to making our own point. That's when we use them. But I hear, who was he for? And what did he do to deserve a shot? And well, who was he? He got a belt. How many fights do he need? Well, I mean, you want him to do something strange? I don't think he's gonna do nothing strange. I think that man just want to get in the ring and swing. So we heard about the talented Mr. David Morrell. He said, listen, man. Canelo, he don't want to fight me, man. Benavidez, he don't want to fight me, man. And Edgar Berlanga, man, I see him, man. I respect him and everything, man. But that guy, he easy work for me, man. He easy money for me, man. He's easy money. I mean, I tell these guys. And look at how they getting treated. Look at what they be saying. You trying to line up a David Morrell with the average David Benavidez fan right now. And David Benavidez has won me over, so don't get it twisted. David Benavidez has won me over. I give him full credit. He's working on a nice resume. He got Caleb Plant. He got Demetrius Andre. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be the more skilled boxers in that sense. David Benavidez dispelled all of that. Oh, it's just rock'em sock'em. No, it's a nice science. He got what he do down to a science. He imposes his will down to a science. He is the one with the hellified gas tank. He is the one that may be able to take a little bit of water in the ship, but can you take what's coming back? And so far, so good. That's what he's been able to do. He say, man, David Benavidez don't want to fight me, man. It's clear because the minute Canelo said, hey, I'm adios, you know what I'm saying? David Benavidez, he say he going up there to fight Volzdik. Now I seen the interview where his dad say, yeah, he's open to come down at 68. But I'm like, man, you was a little too eager, man. You talking about big fights, big names, man. When is somebody going to give a shot? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe it's different because maybe I never laced up a pair of gloves, but around my way, like when I grew up, man, like if you was bad, you was bad. It wasn't no, oh no, man, he in the 4th grade, I'm in the 6th grade. Like, no, if you was used to swinging, when you come around, everybody knew it was trouble. Everybody knew, hey, we playing football, we playing basketball, it might get down. Like somebody might get stole, somebody might get punched, somebody might get snuck. You know what I'm saying? Be on your P's and Q's. Keep your eyes on them ones and them twos. Because at any given moment, it might just be you. It wasn't all these caveats, is what I'm trying to tell you. And when we look at Jermall Charlo and how they did him, look at him. Now, I did that video on 8/20/22. Let's fast forward to now, and just a month ago, where you're seeing him and because of inactivity as well. I mean, you still got to sustain your certain lifestyle. If you're stressed, if you're not training, if you're not active, yeah, he just got to fight. But I mean, anything can happen, man. You get hit in the head for a living. Part of you needs to be able to exude some of that energy. Some part of you has been used to it being part of your coping mechanism to get all that frustration out by being able to get in the ring. And then all your sweat equity, your tears, everything you put into it, you are used to being compensated for it. But it's just like truck driving. It's a lot similar to truck driving. We used to say, when them wheels aren't turning, you ain't earning. So when you ain't got a fight going, money ain't flowing. And you might be subject to the people you around, the circumstances, pain you dealing with, it's all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm not one for excuses. I'm just trying to paint a picture because I showed y'all, I was telling y'all in real time. That's why I say I'll be saying something in real time. Now, it's not always popular. And yes, I tried to work on my graphics. Yes, I had to say, you know what? I got to learn how to do this. I need to learn how to do better thumbnails. I need to learn how to make sure my sound is right, my lighting is right. I need to learn how to work all these mechanisms, but it's just me. It's just me. But the core of me and my message and what I've been saying has been the same thing. And I can go back even further than that when I was talking about one Mr. Gary Russell Jr. because I was using Jermall Charlo as this example, but I referenced Mr. Gary Russell as the example. But if you look at this, these guys, Subriel Matias, Jaron Ennis, David Morrell. Now, David Morrell has the least amount of fights. You know what I'm saying? He would be a newcomer, so to speak, as far as the pros and his record. So he would be on the tail end. It's not that bad. He's not that far in the game. When we start looking at Subriel Matias, we start looking at Jaron Ennis real closely, they will try to use this same tactic that they used on Jermall Charlo. So if you don't grab the bull by the horns, and the same thing I was telling Jermall Charlo back then, I said, man, you need to get a body with a post, go in there and go ham. You know what I'm saying? Then set up a next day, train, go back in there and go ham. Do not let them keep you out. Do not let them keep you inactive. As time goes by, Father Time, undefeated. We don't know. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we see that man. I was over there last week. I was over there hollering at my man Smoke. He had Loader on there, Lord of the Rings. He said he seen some film of Keith Thurman. He couldn't wait to tell. He said, oh man, body, man. He said, I seen some footage of Keith Thurman. He said, oh man, he looked old, man. He's like, man, it done caught up. Now he used to box. He a straight shooter. He coming straight down the pipe like Iron Mike. Yikes. I was like, man, that's crazy. I was giving Keith a shot. I said I had trust issues with Keith. I said, man, Keith can box. I said I just had trust issues because he underestimated Manny Pacquiao, and the whole situation with 147 tipped over. I try not to put it all on Keith. That was just the tip of the iceberg. But if Keith would have took Manny Pacquiao more serious, 147 division wouldn't have went the way it went. He'd have been forced. They would have had to mix it up. It would have been more activity. People wouldn't have been waiting around trying to figure out whether they wanted a Manny Pacquiao fight or not, or go for belts, or if they, if they wanted to unify, if they wanted to be part of Undisputed, if they was gonna get out of the way, move up, retire, whatever they were gonna go do. That stemmed from Keith Thurman. But I say all that to say that Father Time waits for no man. The clock is ticking. And I'm here, man. Salute. How y'all feel, man? What y'all think? What y'all think? Man, I heard that beat. I couldn't resist, man. I'm a music junkie, man, but I'm gonna go to something smoother. Let's see. I'm going all the way back up. I got you, Bloodshot. I read that earlier. I got you, man. I got you. Salute, them dudes definitely are monsters. Also, I believe if Andy Cruz keeps looking like he's looking, he might need to be added to this list soon. He got some work to do. He got to finish his food. But he looked crispy. Bubs Boxing, salute. Salute. Champion Sports Boxing, salute. Salute. You know what I'm saying? That mean a lot. Watching Pro Box, listen to BodyWork, salute. Did Najee Lopez get in the ring yet? Puerto Rican Power, salute. BodyWork in chat. Cookie Monster, BodyWork, salute. Cookie Monster. Luis Aponte, Matias, a beast. What up, my brother? BodyWork Boxing, Jose Rodriguez in the building. Road Rage, missed the beginning, but what's up, body? What's going on, Road Rage? Salute. Oh, my man, H Money came in the building. Got a salute to H Money, man. Go check out H Money, man. I go over there, you know what I'm saying? And whenever I can, man, when I'm not trying to grind on my own, I go over there, man, when I want to get away, man, I listen to somebody else and listen to what's going on and what's on people's minds. So Don't forget to salute to check out H Money, man. Josh John, what's up, bro? Keeping that body work. Josh John, you know I'm on it, man. No surrender, no retreat. You know what I'm saying? I thought I told you. And we won't stop. Canelo didn't want that smoke in Mars Prime. Facts. Now we seeing what's happening. Don't get caught up in chasing and waiting for people. Get bodies, put them in the ring, and slap them to sleep. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Nah, Jose, I think at any age Canelo whooping the brothers. But still though, just my opinion, but still though, that don't matter. Whether you think they would and whether they gonna take that smoke, just think about how much money he just turned down for that. In that state. Bodywork, salute. Leonard Cruz, salute. Ghost, respect that. We gotta respect everybody's opinion. That's what we here for. I welcome that. That don't sway me at all. Vasquez Santana, David Morrell. Listen, I told y'all David Morrell got the hardest slogan in boxing right now. It's one other person. I got it written down in one of my journals. I'm gonna come back across it, but there's one other person that might got a slightly harder slogan. He said, man, outside the ring, I respect everything and everybody. He said, but inside the ring, I don't respect nothing, man. I'm like, man. Then I seen him the other day looking like $1 million, man. That dude already know, man. They don't want nothing with that dude. All them things I was saying, man, that's what they're saying about that. Well, who has he fought and what name? It's like, man, it's so different from back in the day. Bodywork, I believe Jermall needs to stick to the gym because he already went on another vacation. He was out of the game for 2 years. I really don't think he's aged out. I just believe he's letting his personal problems affect his job. That's fine and dandy, Ghost, but the key point of this is that video is from August the 20th of 2022. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. That was at that point in time. We already know what's going on now. We 6 months shy? Well, not even 6, not quite 6, like 5 months and a day shy of being 2 years ago when I did that video. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot can happen in the span of that a year and a half. Coupling at that point in time, that's when he was at the brink where he just had to fight his mandatory. Anybody they put in front of him wouldn't want him getting the big bag. And then he was a threat because people was ducking and dodging the fight. They were saying they wanted too much money. All of them names I named at that point in time was ducking Jermall Charlo. And just like right now, we can honestly say that Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Rolly, who else? Richardson Hitchens chose to go with Gustavo Lemos. Barboza chose to go a different way. Like all of these names. That's right now. If this persists and it goes on, we'll be looking at the same thing that Jermall Charlo went through. This is the warning shot. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why I say we went way back Wednesday. That was almost 2 years ago, homie. I don't know if we'll ever see the old. I mean, yeah, but don't miss the illustration with the demonstration. You know what I'm saying? Don't miss the point. We're not talking about right now. Saludos, body working chat. That was 2 years ago. I'm trying to tell y'all what happened when these games that they play when it come to aging somebody out. I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, did they do it? And we see that, yes, they did. Because at that point in time, didn't nobody want to fight the man. Just like right what Subriel Matias going through, Jaron Ennis is going through, what these David Morrell is going through. Right now, the same thing Gary Russell went through. Saludos. Morrell's the stud. They're going to duck him. Can already see it. They're already ducking him. I would like to see Plant versus Morrell. Plant ain't scared of no one. He's been in there with Nello and Benavidez. I don't hear nothing from Plant. Plant, everybody was looking for Jermall because they knew what kind of state he was in. They knew his mental wasn't right. That's what I'm saying. When you start looking like fool, everybody calling your name. But when you're healthy and strong and you got nothing but a title and opportunity and a whole country that you can impress, fans you can take, or persuade over to your side, don't nobody want no smoke. Holler at me. Stop me when I'm lying. Facts. I definitely had to learn to respect David. He made moves that I can't overlook. Salute to the Mexican monster. That's what I'm saying. He grew on me. He had his mistakes, losing his belt on the scale, losing this belt to that cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like but he bounced back, and then he showed that he is who he say he is against boxers, against people who they said he couldn't beat. Cocaine, body work. Body work. I have a thought to share with you, but it's too long to write. All I say is listen carefully of what Jake Paul's message for Canelo. Think outside the box, like if you're a businessman. I'm gonna check it out. Jake Paul made the Saturday fight happen in Puerto Rico and is with DAZN. Think about it. Let me know what you think. Not today, later. I'm gonna get with you. But you got you know my Gmail, BodyWorkBoxing 24/7 at Gmail. Anybody that wanna holler at me, BodyWorkBoxing 24/7 at Gmail. Pro boxing fight been good so far tonight. Nobody else watching. Champion sports boxing, they all have to stay active. Canelo would choose who he wants to fight. Yes, they gotta stay active, but they gotta stay active and they gotta forget about the sweepstakes. There's gotta be like a true lottery. Like somebody gotta come up, you gotta put your hand to the plow and don't look back and keep working. And somebody gotta basically come and tap you on the shoulder, be like, hey, you got the Canelo. It's like, okay, because otherwise you gotta forget it, man. Look how many people careers that went stale. Waiting in the Canelo line. You can't sit up there and David getting ready to go up another weight class and wait in line for the winner of the two. Who to say that they're gonna want to do that? That's just like I'm saying that Subriel can't wait. You know what I'm saying? He can't sit around and wait and try to be like, oh man, I'm gonna wait for this, I'm gonna wait for that. He can't sit up around and wait. He can't wait on Devin. He just need to keep getting bodies in the ring and slapping them to sleep until ain't no more bodies. Cokie, your intro fire, body work, salute. Thank you. All right, and Najee Lopez, you said the 847. Okay, so that still ain't on yet. I wanted to check him out. I think he next. Okay. Yep, he next. Okay. The zone is going to rule. Jake Paul is in the mix. Jake Paul is very good and a small businessman. There's something cooking there, and it's big. I think I alluded to that the other day when I was talking about the misfits. Sam, you are nah. Hey, what's good? Body work. Salute, Sam. Salute. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? You straight like that. That's all it is, man. I've been like that. Had to work on the graphics, and I'm still working. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I got a lot of haters though, y'all. I got a lot of clones. I got a lot of trolls. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? This is a competitive sport, and I ain't scared to get my elbows dirty. You heard me? I'm gonna watch Najee fight with no audio. Can't stand the commentary sometimes. Subriel, my new dookie. Oh man. You talking facts, Leonard Cruz? That's all we can do. Equifax. Facts plus tax. Devin versus Ryan could be a toss-up. Real deal, holy field. You know? It could be. I wish they announced Matias' opponent already. Me too. Berlanga is in the ring with Lopez. Oh, he in the ring with Najee? That's what's up. Everybody need to get their old check and get back to good boxing. Yeah. Go Key. Yes. Can't wait. Let's go, Lopez. Edgar needs to pay attention to Najee. The way he using the jab the first round, one zip. Najee. Stay busy. That's right. That's what they got to do. They got to stay busy. They got to stay busy. But I think I'm gonna be doing this, man. I think I gotta start doing this, man, because one, it's gonna shed light on, it's gonna actually show that I never changed in how I did my content. I tried to upgrade certain things, but in how the messages I was doing and what I was getting behind and what I was pushing in real time, it never changed. I always was keeping the pulse, like what was really important. You know what I'm saying? For real. So I think I'm gonna be doing this. And I think these guys need to look at a Jermall Charlo. You look at a Jermall Charlo. Look at how his career. Yeah, it's just 2 years later, not even a full 2 years since I made that video. And you got to think that had been a minute when I made that video. I think that video was probably a couple months, maybe 3 months late when I actually made it, because I was still trying to wait and see if he was gonna get a fight, what was gonna happen, where he was going. So by the time I finally made it, I said, man, I gotta put this out there, man, because this is what aging out a person looks like. This is how they get around the best. Like, this is what happens to the best. They get aged out. Like, they'll make you inactive. If Floyd brought up another point, when you're inactive, you're not getting punched in the face by the gloves that you're gonna get punched in the face with on fight night. You're getting punched in the face with training gloves. So even when you're inactive, not just because you're not getting the ring, you're not getting punched in the head with the size gloves that you're going to be getting punched in the head with when it comes fight night. That's a difference. That's an element that I was like, wow, like nobody ever talks about that. You got to stay active, you know what I'm saying, and in shape and work on your motor, but your punch resistance. That's the only way to work on your punch resistance, because in real time, that's when you're going to get hit with those gloves. A lot of people can't afford to train with those size gloves because anything can happen, especially when you're going hard. Courtesy of Floyd. I heard Haney spoke up about fighting Matias. I seen that article. Got a link, bro. I seen that article, but he's saying he more than welcome to the challenge of fighting Subriel. Of course they're gonna say that. I told y'all what he do. Why he wait till now on this press conference to start speaking about Subriel Matias? We call Subriel Matias La Biblioteca, because he said Devin was chicken, and I said, man, he had everybody using their inside voices. It was like 2 weeks we was on a prowl looking for him, waiting. They missed the meeting. So yeah, that's what he do. I told y'all, in real time, we don't get no answers. By the time you hear from him, he'll give you confirmation and lock in something that he lied about a while ago. But he just now saying, oh yeah, I'll fight him, after this. Now is the right time when you got all the spotlights. Why? Because you can get the clout of everybody that's concerned with Subriel Matias without ever having to fight him. He do that all the time. Thanks to Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano earned her first $1 million under him. Check out how boxing business is. Yeah, I give her. I do. I realize that. I said, man, you're clever, because I wanted to see Shadeja Green one time, and I was like, well, how can I see her? And I had to get his product to actually see Shadeja. So I was like, you clever guy. Same thing for Amanda. So yeah, he is, he got that business thing on lock. But the example I was talking about the other night was, I remember when they was skeptical about, really giving Golden Boy and letting them, really go on. They was the last to get the nod, because them misfits started blowing up. And when they looking at as far as revenue and putting on, because Golden Boy wasn't putting on that many big fights. Golden Boy wasn't putting on all them big fights. They hadn't been putting on these big fights. They were rivaling these misfits, like this alternative novelty boxing. It's taking over. Why? Because families can come together and see it. Boxing is like a niche market where you got to be a semi-hardcore or a casual that, when it's time, you're going to be a hardcore, but then you got other sports and all this and this and that. That's what we really up against. I think Devin will. Sam, I think Devin will win. But I mean, it's sad to say, but I kind of want Ryan to win. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want Ryan to win I want Ryan to win just to prove a point, for real. I mean, I think Devin should win. Devin should win. And I say that because Devin is showing that when he sees somebody that he thinks food and he's very confident, he has a game plan that he's going to enact and stick to. And he's one of the most disciplined at sticking to that actual game plan. Why? Because he don't really have nothing else. He don't have no adjustments. So if he already know that this one game plan I got right here, I could just use this and I could just box my way to victory, he's going to use it. He's not going to step outside the boundaries. He's going to get away. He's going to run. He's going to make Ryan pursue him and make him cut the ring off, embarrass him when he reach or to get out of position. You know what I'm saying? Make him get frustrated a lot. Tag him when he can. And when Ryan gets frustrated, he's going to try to pounce on him. The only thing is, Ryan, if he believes in his confidence, he does not actually run. If he stands his ground, he works his jab the way he should, he could put Devin to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like how Devin and them carry themselves as far as belittling and downgrading everybody on the opposite end, and they send mixed signals like I was talking about the other night. I said that they're the type that, you know, you hear him saying that Ryan was on that cocaine and that they see quitting Ryan. So you can't say that and then you're choosing to fight him versus Subriel Matias. What did that say about you? It didn't say, oh no, cause we fighting the best Ryan because now he's hydrated and this. It's like, no, man, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Oh, he's easy work. And then everybody I talk to that talk about this fight, oh man, Devin just gonna wash Ryan. And I'm like, okay, well, why do you want to see this fight? That's why I say, like, boxing is getting weird in a lot of different ways. Even boxing fans are getting weird. It's like we revel in seeing, it's weird to me when I hear people like, oh man, you already know, man, Devin going about to just watch this dude, man. Ryan, he ain't, man. Like, we already know what Ryan is. Okay, so why do you want to see that fight? But these type of fans are running the internet. They're running it. They're creating the narratives. They got minions that they run around. They put batteries in their back. They feed them. You know what I'm saying? They groom them. You know, they fly them over here to lay bird shit everywhere, man. When it comes to these people, man. Like, they want their fighters. They'll never talk about how their fighter has all the advantages every time they fight. They beg and plead for their fighter to be able to get as big as they fucking want. They'll cry if you say anything about it. But they create the narrative. Yeah, they fan the flames. Yeah. They put gas on the fire. Yeah. That's who won the boxing conversation on YouTube. That's why I say we starving that shit. We starving it. We're putting the attention where it needs to be, which is on these guys that younger people behind them are going to look at these guys. If they continue to go on the path they're on, the people behind them are going to look at these three guys and be like, hey, I want to fight like him. I want to get a belt like him. I want to defend my belt this time, then unify that time, then defend like this. We want young fighters, these guys coming into the pros and want to chase that path, because with that path comes the money. That means interviews. That means people want to sit down and ask you, how was it to be so disciplined? Like, why you think Floyd can make so much money? People be wondering, like, man, were you really that disciplined? Did you really not drink, not smoke at the nightclub and then go running from your nightclub to home? Did you really do that? Like, were you really doing? Yes, I was. Yes. Were you really waking up at like 3:30 in the morning? Yes. Were you really going out and getting, running them out? Yes. While everybody was playing PlayStation, that's what I was doing. We need to highlight these guys. And I say a special one for Jaron and Subriel, because they fighting for the IBF. The The IBF is almost like, oh no, not that 10 pound. Oh no, I can't. Oh, not that. Oh, no. Oh, that's too much. I'm not doing all that for no title. No, I'm not. Like, what you mean 10 pounds? No. I need to be able to get big as a house after the fight. I can't do that. And people are saying, yeah, man, he got that IBF, man. Ain't no need, man. Yeah, that's just when it's convenient for them. When it's convenient for them. You know what I'm saying? I hear some of the craziest stuff, man. I'm just like, man, this gaslighting stuff is really working, man, because now it's just like it jumps out. I hope it's jumping out for y'all, man. I hope it's sticking out. I hope it sticks out like a sore thumb when you hear these tactics out here on the boxing streets. I hope it's starting to stick out. These little tidbits. It might be a little boring. You might not catch it the first time, but if you listen to the playback, you be like, dang, that makes so much sense. And then you hear it. You hear it. It's like hearing some theory and then going out and seeing it in the practical. Ain't nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been experiencing the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I already seen it. I just was like, hold on, how can I verbalize this stuff? How can I communicate what's going on? How can we get down? Let's learn. Let's figure some stuff out. So now when people are doing it, it's like, man, you just like, man, ain't even no need me wasting my breath. Ain't no need me wasting my time. Ignorance is bliss. How many believe that? Ignorance. Oh man, it's like when you see somebody drinking somebody going to town on the nice big where was I? I think I was in the Army. Going to town on the nice, had a glass, big old nice cold glass of chocolate milk, just going to town. Get all the way to the bottom and see some shit down here. Oh man, get all the way to the bottom and be like, oh man. Then you be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just be talking and they just be blah 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 blah. I did a whole interview about this dude really wanted to debate me, man. He was supposed to be a Bud fan. This dude really wanted to go at it. I'm like, man, hold on. I was asking some stuff. I was like, hold on. And I'm like, cool, he wanted to work. I see he was one of my clones. He was biting and doing all that. He wanted to really do that. And I'm like, you really want to do that? Like, so I said, let's talk about it. Let's do a dry run before. You know what I'm saying? I still got it. Because I did it on a Zoom. I did it on a Zoom call. I'm sitting down talking to the dude. This dude knows absolutely nothing about Terrence Bud Crawford. He didn't know dates. He didn't know times. He didn't know none of the history. I was like, man, I'm like an even bigger, huger fan of Bud than you are. You don't know anything. I was like, man, do you know? I said, do you know if I put this video out, man, especially if I put that sauce on it, if I edit it up and I chop it up and I really like make a production out of it, if I really take my time, you know what I'm saying? If I really take my time, do you know how bad this is going to look? That's what people are doing, man. But he was getting likes, he was getting clicks, he was getting views. People was just like, I'm like, man, how in the world are people watching that? And I'm competitive, but I'm like, what is going on? How? I didn't understand. You can do it like that, not even knowing the backdrop, not knowing the history, not knowing the timeline, not knowing what's going on. I told y'all, people are out here that get paid to do this, who would actually give you and talk to you about a fight when all they saw were the highlights. That's still going on to this day. Body work. Facts. Bad. Body work. I say Subriel Matias, the next Puerto Rican superstar. It looked like it. He got Amanda behind him. He got Tito behind him. Next star from Puerto Rico. Yeah. They say Matias is low reward, big risk. I disagree with that because he have a belt. But then I'm starting to reason that's starting to sound like that's a gaslighting tactic too, because how small is the bag? How small can the bag be? Like they acting like the bag is disrespectful. It's like, no, it's like they don't want to risk the fact that he might retire them more than they actually want that belt. See, everybody want to be a champion, but your pursuit of being a champion can end up in you not ever boxing again. So if they saying it's not enough money because either you believe in yourself, you know how to handle the power, you got the skill to pay the bills, and it's just gonna be another night at the office. You know what I'm saying? Either I get you or you get me. I don't think they believe in themselves like that when it comes to Subriel. Something that's saying, oh man, yeah, I'll box circles around, but they don't really believe that. That sounds good. That sounds good for the cameras. Oh yeah, that's a great sound bite. There's people making a living off of that right now. Just oh yeah, Devin wants Subriel next. They're gonna do that, and it's almost like you can't do anything about it because it's a damn lie. I told y'all yesterday, I think that we're probably never going to see a Subriel Matias and Devin Haney. We're probably never going to see that. But we see what happened with Jermall Charlo and the fact that everybody was saying, oh, who has he fought in this and this and that? And he didn't stay active. I just want these guys to stay active. Every 90 to 120 days, get somebody back in the ring and bang. Period. Put on an example. Highlight reel. That's what we need to do, man. Najee and Escudero are really going at it right now. Haney is soft to the body. Agreed, Leonard. Come on, come on. Step right up. Hurry, hurry. Step right up. You know what I'm saying? Step right up, man. Step right up. Hurry, hurry. If you got something that you need to say, this is the last call for out. It's the last call. It's the last call, y'all, man. I mean, we gotta stay, we gotta keep putting stakes in the ground, benchmarks, things for people, landmarks. You know what I'm saying? I set out landmarks from a long time ago, so can't nobody look and say, oh man, I've been saying I was the first. It's like, okay, yeah, let's go check the receipts then. Let's go look at these videos when I was saying, because it do say I didn't see anything before this time frame with anybody saying anything like that. And I got the old videos that shows the progression, the graphics. It shows a lot of things. A lot of things. But we're going to be doing these Waaaay Back Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying, to actually prove a point, because people be embellishing and lying and overdoing it. Changing. That's why I said, man, some of the stuff, like, really to be, remember I told y'all about lanes, like everybody don't want to be a Drake. Everybody don't want to be a Nicki. Everybody don't want to be a Lil Wayne. Like, everybody don't want to be like that big marquee, big, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, some people want to be like Fab. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to be like Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? Some people know their lane. They're content with that lane. They ain't trying to blow. They don't got to appeal to everybody. They don't need everybody to agree. Because 9 times out of 10, if everybody outside is saying this, this, and this, like, more than likely, if everybody's going down that path, we ain't talking about the laws of traffic. You know what I'm saying? Some common things, some common rules that everybody got to go by. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when it comes to, you know, because it's either, you know, you can say pro or anti about a lot of things. You can have people say, oh, no, that's not right. I'm pro. And then you have some people saying, oh, that's not right. I'm anti. Somewhere is right down the middle. More like in that gray spot. In many cases. You know what I'm saying? go say Najee in an all-out war. I might check out the rest of that. But that's what I had for y'all, man. Another stake in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Another message to everybody. Another thing to say, Sam. Like your channel, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay real. Salute. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Got to. Appreciate stopping by, man. Thanks for the positive feedback. You know what I'm saying? Just something to put in the rucksack. You can march on with that, man. Just a benchmark. So we can actually see what actually happened. I gave y'all a prime example. Don't forget, if you watching the playback, see it. I used to date my thumbnails. You know what I'm saying? People started pilfering so much, I started dating the thumbnails. So I'll know. So a lot during that time when it was happening a lot, I had to date the thumbnail to see, okay, where did people get certain things from, or when did it start? But as you can see, that was from August the 20th of 2022. Listen to what I was saying about Jermall and what they were saying about Jermall and what he was going through at that time, when he was just now on the verge of actually really being inactive. I think Subriel had went through a period of 9 months where he was inactive. That has to be the longest stretch from now on in which he's inactive. That has to be. 9 months has to be the very longest he would be. And I think that's one of the things that was cited as to why he chose, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That's what was worded in the article. Don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I heard, man. Inactivity, man, and father time. Father time and inactivity, man. Devin Chicken, T.O. Clown, Matias. Scary, danger, whatever you want to put. PR Boxing in the building. Salute. PR fighters need promotion, and Jake Paul made it happen for Saturday. He's all big supporting PR fighters. I have to give him a lot of respect for that. Yeah. Yeah, he put it down. He put on for Amanda. He put on for Shadeja Green. He got it down to a science. He is giving back. He understands. He understands something. You know what I'm saying? So I salute him. Salute PR Boxing. Salute. But that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was it for the night. That was all I really wanted to get by. You know what I'm saying? I know I was doing like 2 hours. I know this has been studying the metrics. Might be a little too long. So I say, let me dial it back. Let me dial it back a little bit. Be more a little more clear cut. And that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent when like no real fights are going on. I mean, we got the pro box stuff, but the big ones, you know what I'm saying? That's something, and that's something to keep you, just to let you know you ain't going crazy, man. Everybody talking about all, you know, yeah, it's good to have different lanes and talk about this and this and that. I'm here so that you will keep your eyes on the prize. You feel me? That's what I'm here for, man. That's what we got. We got to keep the energy, man. These guys got to know that we stand behind. The young people got to know that there's still an interest for boxers who do this. You know what I'm saying? Who want to do it like this, who really want to see the best, got the belt. It's hard. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? To endure that. You welcome, PR. But that's all I had, man. That's all I had tonight, man. That was just something that I had on my mind, something I thought would be a good contribution. So I said, hey, let me put this out here so people will know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But if you catch the playback, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Was I prophetic in some senses? Do you see some of these patterns? Are they hitting boots with some of these things? Are they hitting David Morrell with some of these things? We already know they hitting Subriel Matias with some of these things because I've been highlighting them. We've been here chopping it up about them. But Father Time, Nate waits for no man, my friend. My friend. No man, my friend. Not even me. But anyway, thanks for tuning in to Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually
Welcome to